All right, hello everybody. It's me. All right. I'm Iron Man of Frankie, and I'm here with.
DK10, baby.
Yes, we are on episode 75 of the Overkill Podcast. We're back. We are back. Yeah, I guess we might as well just hop right into it. No point in messing around. Might as well just do it. The first story we have here is about Nintendo and Mario Kart again. We can never get away from Mario Kart.
Yes. So as has been discussed at length with this game, they have made it to where you can either play like the laps, like you can do like 3-lap courses like normal, or you can do the transitional sections where you drive to the course itself and then do 1 lap on the course, which certainly is unique. I think
Definitely.
as a feature, I think it's cool, and I think it should be in the game. As a selectable option, I think you should be able to turn it off in the Grand Prix mode, but they haven't done that either. In the Grand Prix mode, you're forced to do the transitional sections. And in the online mode, people were basically selecting random, because if you actually selected the course in the online mode, it would make you do the transitional segment to get to the course from whatever course you were playing before. And so this was kind of a limiting, limitation that a lot of people didn't like, and so they were picking random. And if you weren't picking random, people were angry at you. They didn't like you if you were playing online. Now, after this update, they came out with an update. I believe it's about, I think it's about 50-50 chance that you get to play the actual course that you're picking. Or it might even be less. I don't know. We don't have the numbers on it, but it seems like they've almost taken out the 3-lap transitional segment or whatever. Instead, and they've replaced them with the, if you select random, it's more likely to give you the transitional segment at least.
True.
Which is annoying.
All right. Interesting.
And now
it's less likely. That's so strange.
Before it was 100% you were gonna get the 3 laps. Now I've seen a lot of people are just picking the course.
Okay.
Because what's the point if you're gonna do random?
Sure.
In my opinion, you should just only be able to select the course. There shouldn't be any transitions. But after this update, I know a lot of people have stopped playing the online mode.
So I know a lot of people have stopped playing online. I guess my question is, okay, so that's the issue with online. But this hasn't leaked over into single player either, because I know a lot. I mean, so the transitions are just hated in general.
Yeah.
Or is it just is it like a normie versus like more competitive type deal?
I think normies think it's okay.
Okay.
I think this one person brings up a good point. They should just make separate modes. I know me and you, we're both kind of more hardcore into the Mario Kart stuff, and so I think we both agree that it should be 3 laps on the same course.
Oh yeah, I mean that I can't, that I won't change my opinion on. That is that's just a fact, I think. And I mean maybe that's just me being old school about it, but like just playing the game, I just don't enjoy it. I just don't enjoy it as much.
Yeah.
I would like to apologize for my clicking as well. I'm almost done. My desktop is a mess.
Yeah, for me, I think it's a cool option that you can do the transitional segments on the courses, but it just doesn't. I don't know. To me, it doesn't interest me to be able to drive to the next one. I understand why they did it, because they made the whole open world thing, and they wanted you to be able to explore the whole map and whatnot. And having transitional segments allows you to do that.
Right.
Also, they can finally make the knockout tour, where basically you go through most of the map, or at least a lot of the map, in one seamless time without having to load up the next course. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to see.
A lot
of people are going to Discord to now like make lobbies, which
interesting.
I assumed people would already do, just so that way they can have their own custom rules and whatnot.
I mean, I think that's been a thing for a while, right? Like with some of the previous games, maybe not Mario Kart, but like just in general. Because the Nintendo social services are honestly some of the worst things. I see. They went to Blue Sky to get these takes. No one. Well, that's part of the issue. It's like they don't know why lobbies end up with 80% random votes. Oh, okay, so they are. Okay, so they're correctly identifying. Well, I'll say this too. Have you seen some of the crazy? So because you can wall ride, or because you can wall ride and because you can jump off objects. Have you seen some of the crazy like cuts that you can do?
Oh yeah. It's insane. Speedrunners have already basically like broken the game and seen how.
I mean, the game is kind of
found their best routes. Yeah.
The game is already cooked, like, and it's consistent. You can do it consistently.
Yeah, I mean, the casuals on this one, if you learn like all the shortcuts and stuff, the casuals have no shot.
You're first place every time.
I thought Mario Kart 8 was crazy with all the little optimizations that people had made. It would literally make you go like 2 seconds faster.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, "Oh, there's no point in learning that." I think in this game, you basically have to learn those if you want to stay competitive. At least for just random online matchmaking, I haven't ran into anyone who was just super good and no one could beat him. To me, I think Nintendo's really gotten the like balance of the items correct, where it feels like even if you're like the best player, you can still get messed up by the items.
Yeah, I agree. It seems like they've really done a good job with the item balance in particular. And I have to say, I know this is like also really broken the game, but I actually do like that feather item quite a bit. They knew what they were doing. They definitely knew what they were doing. But yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I don't like the transitions either, and I think as this game continues, I think you'll see a bigger divide between the people that give up because there's not 3-lap races and the people that continue because it's Mario Kart and they're addicted. So, and they don't care. They like it. And maybe if I get my Switch, maybe I'll end up liking it a lot too. But I just haven't had as much time as you have. So,
yeah. I guess we can move on to the Hightail, huh? I think I've heard of this game. Maybe we covered it before.
Hightail. Yes. We have heard it. Maybe we covered this. I'm not certain. If I'll probably throw one of these screenshots into the thumbnail. But Hightail is kind of like a Minecraft game that it kind of looks like one of those like Xbox 360 spin-offs that they were shitting out for a long time. I'm going to keep it a buck. But,
yeah.
It has
this was made by the guys who make Hypixel, no?
It is. It's almost like Minecraft mixed with like Skyrim. In that, there's a lot of exploration, there's growing your own crops, there's all kinds of weapons, and there's like different bosses and stuff. I would say it's probably more similar to like a Terraria than it is like Stardew or whatever. But essentially there was a studio that picked it up. It was Riot Games. Riot Games picked it up. They dropped it. They tried to cancel it. So now it's back in the hands of the Hypixel guy, and I forget his Why is this like full story not loading? Gosh, Game Rant sucks on PC. Okay, here we go. Hytale was officially canceled after 10 years. Yeah, because Riot Games dropped it. And apparently, the studio's plan. It says Concerned Ape cited the need for more details about Hytale's situation, what the studio's plan is, why the game failed. Yeah, so like there's no info on what really happened to it. The guy that made Stardew, Concerned Ape, or his company Concerned Ape, has been reaching out to try and maybe revive this project, finish the game. I guess that's noble. That's cool. I don't know. What do you think? Is this a game that you would ever even be interested in to begin with? I'm kind of surprised they just dropped the project and then there's just like no info on it, especially after Riot Games invested in it and everything.
Yeah, that is crazy to me. That they just dropped this. To be fair though, like I always thought this game was gonna come out at least like in 2020 because I remember they announced it. I think back in like 2016.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. So I mean, this game has been in. If I had to imagine, it's probably been in development hell for a while. Maybe they just didn't make enough progress on it, and they just kind of cut their losses eventually. If I had to imagine, that's what happened because there's no way a game that looks this bad. I'm just gonna be brutal. It doesn't look that great. I mean,
it looks like shit, doesn't it?
It looks like a Minecraft texture pack.
I'm telling you, it looks like one of those Xbox 360 like spin-offs.
Yeah, or like a whatever they call it.
They got all blocked heads and stuff, and I don't know. I bet you the screenshots look better than the actual game does too, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I'm not interested. I would rather just play on Hypixel or play regular Minecraft. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, here's my guess too. They might have gotten in too deep with making a game, because making a Minecraft server is a lot easier than making a whole game, from what I understand. And so they might have just thought, oh yeah, we can make a game. They started making it, and they have, because those Minecraft server owners, they're like millionaires, right?
Yeah.
So they gotten too deep, and then I don't know. After 10 years, either something would have come out, or they got bored with the project and dropped it.
I think they probably just got bored and dropped it.
Yeah, that's what I would assume.
Also, I don't know. I forgot my thought. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's about it for that story.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't much there. I just thought it was surprising after 10 years that game died.
Yeah. Oh. I remember why they originally wanted to do that. That's what I was gonna say. They originally wanted to make their own game because I believe Mojang came out and they said that at least for Bedrock servers, whenever you sell something on like a Bedrock server, it's in their like EULA, they get like 50% or something. They get like a crazy amount of the profit from whatever you sell on that server. And so that's why Hypixel wanted to make their own game, so that way they can control the economy themselves and not have to go through Mojang. It makes sense. I can understand where they're coming from, but I think maybe they got a little bit over their heads on the idea there. Didn't realize how much it was going to cost to make a game.
Yeah. Shit, yeah. I guess so. I guess so. I that's the only thing I can think of, man. Fuck it.
Yeah.
What is this? What? Oh, here we go.
July 3rd, baby. It's going to be a big day for all you GameCube fans. I know.
Uh-oh.
I'm a big GameCube supporter and enjoyer. I know.
Yeah.
It was a big failure whenever it first came out, but over the past couple of years, Probably like past like 10 years. People have just gotten really interested in the GameCube, and I'm so glad that people finally, after years, realized how good the GameCube was. But
Dude, that's so true.
the reason July 3rd is a big day is Super Mario Strikers is coming to the Nintendo Online GameCube service, so you can finally play this game without having to pirate, which is pretty pog.
Impressive.
I've already played a totally legit copy of this game.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's really it. I know the online service does need a lot more games.
This is just sharing all the cool shit that's coming.
I know they've shown off the a couple other games, but I'm surprised that Mario Strikers is like the first one to actually be added. Before
that's really shocking.
I thought Mario Sunshine would come before this. To me, seems like the better game to come out first. But honestly, I'm surprised that it wasn't even like included at launch with the service. But yeah,
that's I'm a little shocked. I don't know why. I guess I don't know why.
Because then I think the reason they might be doing that is, and this is really scummy, but they had that Mario All-Star Pack. Where it was like the limited time release.
Yeah.
And so if you can play the N64, Mario 64, you can play Sunshine. The only game that would be exclusive then to that collection is Galaxy now. So maybe that's why they want to not come out with that game first.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think like a really scummy company. So.
Based. Well, I mean, I am a little shocked because, like, I didn't think anyone cared about Strikers. I'm gonna keep it a buck on that. Like, I like Strikers. Don't get me wrong. I like Strikers a lot. I just am a little surprised. I'm a little surprised that they kind of just, this is the one they picked, but maybe there's a bigger fan base for it than I thought.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you gone back to Strikers and played it recently or no?
No, I have not.
Okay. To me, going back and playing it, every time I go back and play it, I can only stand like a couple games of it because it's kind of like the same thing over and over again.
Really?
It feels like there's not a lot of variety within the game. Like, it's a fun game, not getting me wrong, but maybe you got to play it like multiplayer. But for me, playing against the CPUs, it just feels like a little too easy. And it's a kind of like a one and done kind of game, but it's a great game though. I mean, it is. I think the second one is actually a little better. That might be a hot take.
Damn. But okay.
The one on the Wii, I feel like had a little more variety with. You could like choose different teammate characters, and I like that.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
It's really hard to make I think it's hard to make a Mario sports game because if you add the like different elements, it becomes more like just a Mario Party mini game.
Sure.
And I think even in Mario Party, they had like a soccer mini game in one of them. So yeah. That's just how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you're wrong.
Then if you don't do any of the Nintendo, like if you don't bring in any like random items or anything like that, then it's like basically a basic tennis game, and you'd rather just buy an actual tennis game or whatever, or soccer or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Okay. Oh well. Sick. I think that's it for that one. I'm gonna give it a buck.
Yeah. Epic Games, Caleb.
Epic Games.
What's going
Oh,
on with Fortnite?
what's going on with Fortnite? Oh my. This guy is a memer. Oh goodness. So Epic Games, they gave out those free games. This is just a nice little chill podcast about all the cool stuff that's coming. They have 2 new games you can claim now, and I did not know that Epic Games Store had mobile games. They have a mobile. They have a mobile. I didn't know they're publishing games on mobile, but right now you can get Cultist Simulator on mobile for free, and I have zero idea what the hell this is. It looked pretty cool, and you can get Sable. Sable is like Fable, but just kind of a different just kind of a newer version of Fable. Oh, look at this.
Oh, okay.
Whatever this
Got kinda
Cultist
like
Simulator is. Oh, you looking up Sable?
It's kind of got like a shell shaded art style, however you say that, but Sable at least.
Yeah.
It kind of gives me like, what is it like?
That
you
one
know,
walking simulator game.
No, yeah, kind of Journey, but also it gives me with the like little rideable thing. It gives me the thing from Star Wars, like the rideable bike. I'm trying to think of the name.
Oh yeah,
But, like,
the
the
speeder.
Yeah, the speeders in Star Wars.
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool. It's maybe not like Fable, but from what I understand, you can go around and like do missions and go through the story, and maybe I'm off on that, but like yeah, it's a cute little game. And then the Cultist Simulator is interesting because it's a mobile game, and it's like you're mixing different chemicals and potions and ingredients together to make new shit, which is pretty awesome. I'm not too sure what the appeal is, but it looks cool. And I just kind of wanted to mention these games were free. I think Epic Games is really trying. The wider point is I think Epic Games is really trying to compete with Steam, which I think is cute. Do you think giving out free games like this helps at all, or is it just bullshit?
It's a nice gesture. But I don't really I'm gonna be honest, I don't really plan on maybe Sable, but I don't really plan on getting any of these games.
Damn.
The Cultist.
Based.
I'm not a big mobile gamer, and also like I don't know, to me, if I was going to play like a story-based game, I'd rather just play it on PC.
Sure.
That's how I feel about it. Yeah, I think it doesn't really grow or help Epic because I'm assuming they don't have their own store on the mobile app. They just release them on Apple.
I don't think so.
Okay.
If they do, I haven't seen it. Because they have to use Apple, so maybe it's on Android. Keep it a buck.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't found it on that, so.
Yeah, they're still
can't
charging
find
you
it on
money
the
on the
Play
Apple
Store.
Store, so
Okay.
maybe
Sure.
yeah, on the App Store on Apple, you still have to pay for it. So I don't know. Maybe it's for Androids. It probably is for Androids. Disgusting. All right.
I guess we can
Imagine being
talk
an
about
Android
this.
user. Okay, I'm just kidding.
Talk about this this idea. But do we think that we are headed towards a video game crash, another one? And in my opinion, I know mine's a hot take, but I actually don't think there will ever be another video game crash because people are addicted and
People are
people will
addicted.
not. People will not stop playing video games.
It's not.
true.
Yeah, it's now
Even
the
if it's
biggest hobby.
Even if it's absolute slop, people will just keep playing.
Based.
Look at Genshin Impact, all right? Just look at Genshin Impact, all right?
Just look at it. Just look at it. Look at this guy that plays Genshin Impact. Damn, dude. Yeah, I know people are addicted. Speaking of being addicted, I just claimed my free Sable thing, so I have it. I'll probably never play it, but I have it. Oh man. I don't think there will. I'm with you on that. I actually don't think there will be another crash. And if there is, I'll be, I guess, shooketh, to my core, because there ain't no way. People are addicted. It's the biggest medium right now, and it continues to be the biggest medium right now, which is fucking crazy. So, yeah, I don't think there's ever gonna be another crash. I know it's a boring answer, but
Yeah.
why do these people think it? I mean, I know part of this idea comes from the gaming subreddit, which is questionable because it's Reddit.
Yeah.
There's an old post that we were looking over.
Well, I've heard this idea. I think this actually comes either this. I think this thread maybe blew up, and I know a couple streamers talked about it. I think about a year ago. I don't think we ever kind of commented on it, or maybe we did, but we kind of gave a similar answer. I don't think the main reason too is like I could see AAA studios. I wouldn't say it's like a video game crash, but they could like shut down, or they just like what we're seeing right now. A lot of them are shutting down, or they just get eaten up by bigger studios until you basically have like like three options in terms of like companies you could buy AAA games from, which is kind of how it is starting to get.
Yeah, man.
But the thing is like even if the AAA industry goes down, you would still have people who are in their basement making indie games.
You're not wrong. I mean, I know there's a lot of the indie game scene is probably doing better than it ever has, and that's 10 years. That's 10 years after kind of 2016, where a lot of indie games are starting to do well. And I feel like a lot of people that were into the indie scene in 2016 were more like obsessive, hardcore gamers, which sounds a little cringe, but probably true. And nowadays, I think you have a lot better of like a spread. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And the thing is too is like, sorry, is like people, even if the AAA scene goes down, you could still play the older games. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 1,000%.
Or remasters or whatever. As long as the companies are making remasters, people are gonna buy them.
True. I don't think it's gonna crash. I think people get sick of AAA games. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if like them all increasing their prices to $90, $80. I don't know if that's gonna change. If people just start buying indie, because a lot of people just don't have money to buy games that are $80. But I don't know.
Or they'll just buy them on sale.
I know gaming will always be there, at least the indie scene. So.
Yeah, at least to some level. Yeah, I guess we can go into our next topic.
I guess so. I know it's really boring, but I guess so. I'm really happy with how good indie games are doing.
Yeah.
All right.
What's the top rated game that you've been disappointed
The
about?
top rated game.
I mean,
That's such a stupid title. I also got this one from a really old Reddit discussion, so I was thinking about it because it's an interesting question. At first, I was gonna say Cyberpunk, 2077, 2047, whatever the fuck. Um, and I actually was surprised by that game because normally I don't like RPGs. Now I didn't finish it, but I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. It's kind of like one of those games where I started it, I really liked it, and then I just ran out of time for it. But as far as like being surprised by one, it was definitely Cyberpunk. As far as like disappointment, like top rated games, I guess would be man, I don't know. I know this is kind of hot. I know we had talked about it on the podcast before, but it's kind of a game that I've fallen off of is Balatro. And that's an indie game. That's that solitaire roguelike type thing. And I just don't think it's as replayable as everybody says it is. Sorry, it's not solitaire. Poker. I just don't think it's as like replayable as everybody says it is. But you know, I don't know. I find the game loop a little bit boring. I find like the abilities, like the new cards you can buy, kind of not exciting because there's only so much you can do with the format. And I've probably only played like 5 hours of it. I would have to look at the store, but not very much. And I know that's a hot take because I know people love that game, but I've been a little disappointed in just, I don't know what it is. There's not a lot to do.
Yeah.
What about you, my guy? I guess Power World. I'll throw Power World in on that too.
Ooh. Yeah, I never played Power World. The thing is like, for me, it's actually kind of a hot take, but I would say Majora's Mask 3D specifically, because that's the one that was the one that I played. And it's basically the same thing as the original. So yeah, I played it back in 2015, and I didn't have like a guide with me, and it might be one of those games where you need a guide. I don't know. Also, I didn't really read too much of the text. I'm not a big, guy who goes around and really soaks up the game world.
No.
And understands everything. I don't know. To me, it's cool that you can, build a story, but I like whenever you kind of show it and not tell it. Mm-hmm. And I felt like a lot of the time in Zelda, it's a lot of telling. It is sometimes a bit of showing, but not too much. Yeah, and it's not that I hate Zelda or the Zelda formula, because one of my favorite games of all time is actually Wind Waker HD, and I played Wind Waker HD maybe 2 or 3 years after playing this, and I had a great time with that one. So I think it's more just that it's more of a hardcore Zelda game, and maybe I gotta play Ocarina of Time before playing this one. Because I think that's kind of how it's intended, is to be played after Ocarina of Time. But
Ocarina.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also intended for that. I mean, I think it's also intended to be played after Ocarina, but also I think it's a game that's so really hyped up, but it's just, it might be one of those cases where it's just kind of an old game and people see it with rose-tinted glasses. What do you think? Is that a little too spicy?
Yeah, and also I know a lot of people who played Ocarina and then played Majora's Mask. They absolutely love Majora's Mask way more than Ocarina of Time. Or at least a lot of people. It seems to have more of a niche fan base. But yeah, other than that, the other game I would say is obviously Skyrim. I know me and Meta have talked about how we don't like Skyrim all that much. And yeah, I think that's about it. Maybe I could also put in this might be a hot take, but Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I really enjoyed the game whenever it first came out, and I still can enjoy it with friends and whatnot. But to me, like, the competitive aspect of the game, it's kind of a meme. To me, it's after all the updates and stuff, and I feel like just it doesn't have as much competitive replay value as the other games in the series. So, yeah, maybe Ultimate.
Damn. All right. Damn.
Yeah.
Brutal. Nah.
Really. It's a short and sweet episode, boys.
It is a short and sweet one.
You guys.
Honestly, we're tired. If you
Yeah.
can't tell, hopefully it's good background noise. I don't know. This is a tough one. It was just like this episode was just like, hey, look at this cool game. Wow. Wait, wait. Vice did that publication on Mario Kart World. Oh no. Gross.
Yeah, dude.
Gross Vice.
Bad.
Yeah, they're trying to cancel a VTuber I liked. Nasty.
Oof.
Nasty Vice.
Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. It's been your boy Kirby DK10.
It's been your
Peace.
boy Frankie. Peace.